What's up, everybody, to another episode of Outside to Listen. We are back once again. I am Jarrett.
I'm Matt.
We are back another 2 weeks after. Usually, it's around about the same time that we always record.
This time Matt didn't fuck up somewhere.
No, he's usually
It's all Matt's fault.
sure, whatever. So as usual, I scurry the internet, aka Twitter, if you could call that.
The tweeter.
Yeah.
As we all know, Twitter is the only website, and everyone's opinion on Twitter matters.
Right, because it's so. In my opinion, I think it's better than Snap and
I fucking hate Snapchat. I hate all that shit. It's so pointless.
Yeah, somebody at earlier, we were talking about I was coming in late because I was at the warehouse. Somebody asked me, "Do you have Snap?" I'm like, no, I don't have it.
No.
No.
My girlfriend makes me get it like once a year, and I'll keep it for like a month, and I'm just like, I don't fucking want this. Like,
No.
people are just sending me black screens with text, so it's like, just text me. Like,
Yeah.
God, it's so fucking pointless.
Yeah, it asked me, "Do I have Discord?" I'm like, no, I don't have that either.
I only have Discord because like that's what like my roommates and all my friends use for like their group chats and shit. So it's like whatever. I'll have Discord. It's kind of useful. You know, you can join community servers. You know, I don't participate, but it's if I want to play like a game of Smash, I just hop on the Discord to be like, anyone want to play, and it's super easy, super convenient. That's like the only like quote unquote like chat app I guess I would have besides just like my normal messaging and shit. Cause yeah, Snapchat pointless. I fucking hate it. I'm not, I'm in a relationship. I can't just snap women all day and be like, "Yo, ladies, send me your." I guess I could, but I would get in a lot of trouble.
Speaking of video games, I know you've recently been playing Smite.
Yeah, a lot of Smite.
So correct me. Oh, I don't. I want to say correct me if I'm wrong. I want more like, am I in the wrong? So I'm a wave of minions coming after our tower.
Oh yeah, what position are you playing?
Um, should I? Does it matter?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Jungle.
Okay, you're jungle, and you're in mid lane. I'm guessing fighting
No.
wave or
No. In this particular instance, I was in right lane.
Okay.
Enemy wave minions coming to our right tower, second tier.
Okay.
Majority of my team is kind of on their way to away from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, there's this wave of minions about to trounce on their second tier tower, so I'm gonna play defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Push it up a little, and the rest of our team just decides to start a team fight.
Just go fuck off somewhere.
And then they just start pinging me like, what the fuck, group up. I'm like, clearly you didn't see this. So am I in the wrong? The only reason why I say that,
as someone that plays like every position, I can see what the team's coming from, but also as somebody that goes, the thing that matters the most in Smite is gold and experience. The fact that you're just letting like a potential 2 waves crash into right tower, and no one's getting any of it, which ADC should be. He should be the one going to farm like a random ass wave at tier 2 and right, or tier 2 anyway, and you just have to give up objectives and shit just to let them farm and just chill. So I don't know. It's hard for me to be like, oh, you're in the wrong, or like your team's in the wrong. But if you're like, hey, I'm gonna go farm, like I don't know, like hard for me to be mad when you very clearly stated your position on what you're going to be doing. So
right.
I don't know. You could argue that it's a jungler's job to go and rotate with the team and do team fights and stuff, but if your dual lane isn't going to collect the golden XP, someone's got to. Otherwise, you're just losing it.
Yeah.
So
okay. But yeah,
it's okay. I can go 20-2 in a game and I'm still trash, even though the Thanatos went 0-11 and just ran right into dual lane at half health and just died. And I'm like, cool, awesome. I'm so glad you did that.
So what are you now?
I play everything.
No. I mean, MMR.
Oh God.
Or maybe not MMR, but what are you, silver, gold?
Yeah, if I was to play rank, I'm probably like mid gold. So,
you're lucky.
No, I'm at that level of like MMR and rank where people think that they know everything, but in reality they don't know anything outside of their fucking position, and even then they barely know their position.
No, I mean you're lucky you're up gold
I don't
because
know. I don't think I am. I want to fucking just get to GM as ASAP.
the highest I've gotten was G5, and that's I want to say because I kind of rode on the coattails of other people, but then again, those people didn't just quit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's definitely like I have definitely had my friend group to thank because they've been playing Smite since like beta, so
Mhm.
I learned from them. And once I get into a MOBA, I'll like find people that are really good at the roles that I'm interested in, and just like watch their videos. I don't even care if they're not giving an explanation; you can still learn a lot by just like
Yeah.
watching and thinking about why they're doing stuff. So like if I have to jungle, I know how to jungle because I watch Weekend. If I have to go into solo lane, I watch Fine OK. So like I know
Right.
the basics at least to not feed my ass off and like fuck my team over. So.
Yeah. Dang it. Ow. But yeah, I find that. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. In the game, I would be frustrated, but at the same time, I would think back and be like, oh, it makes sense why they went to right lane to get the gold and everything. Because I would have done the same. I would have been like, hey, free XP.
Yeah. All right. I'm just
So,
wondering if I was in the wrong or not like that because what was it, Friday or it was Thursday, whatever SPL match was on,
yeah.
and it was 30 minutes into a game, and they're not even over 10 kills. I'm like, damn. Or
SPL's.
that and like all their tower like first tier towers are completely gone.
Mhm.
It's like, geez, or what was it, 25 minutes?
It probably was 25 minutes.
It's like, man, normally when the games I played, 25 minutes in, it's like you'd be lucky to
I
have
was gonna say
one.
your Phoenix is like down. Everyone's just pushing W at each other or just up at the control stick at each other.
No,
and
I mean,
shit.
if you're no, what I'm saying, if you're lucky, one tower is down.
Really,
It
that must be a console thing.
it must be.
Because, like, PC, if you're, like, 15 minutes in and there's not a tower down on at least one side, that's either a really good game or a really shitty game. I don't know what, but
Yeah.
it's it's neither one or the other. Also, for anyone that plays Smite, if you're in the dual lane and you push the enemy up the tower, don't just fucking sit under tower and try and poke them and farm minions. Go do anything else.
Yeah.
Go keep your lead. Go farm the jungle. Go place wards. And then guess what you can do? You can come back, re-push them, because they're losing golden XP because they're under tower. And guess what? Even if they get the minions, they spent a fuck ton of mana and resources to get those. So you're winning lane. Stop sitting under tower and getting re-poked for no reason.
Yeah, that and asking the jungler to gank. Why?
No,
You're up there.
They're losing resources. They're spending resources to get half gold and XP, which is already getting split. So it's like, why would I waste my time as a jungler to dive them when they're under tower? Like, I'm not. This isn't League. There's not a huge benefit to doing that in Smite. The benefit is pushing the wave into the tower. There you did. You did your job. Now
Yeah.
go keep your lead and go farm jungle and other stuff. Farm the like lane scorpions. Farm the XP camp on the side. Go take oracles. Especially if your jungler's on the other side helping your solo lane.
Yeah.
Do something. Don't just sit under fucking tower. It's so frustrating when I'm playing Hunter and we push him into tower and I'm like, all right, cool, let's go get the XP camp, and my support's just sitting there and like dives them, and I'm like, what are you doing? We literally could have got free XP and free gold.
Yeah.
It's frustrating as shit. And then they yell at me like, where were you? And I'm like, keeping my lead.
right. I hate that shit.
God, people are so dumb.
and
Like, I
then-
get it. Like, it's casuals and Smite's like a game that's like about fighting, but Jesus
Play
Christ.
arena. Jesus.
Yeah, go play arena if you just want to sit under fucking tower and fight constantly.
Yeah, because I also hate when they're under their enemy's tower and they're asking for a gank. And I'm like, dude, you're under tower, and then next thing you know, their jungler, what he's supposed to do,
Yeah.
help the dual lane, and then they'll get mad because they'll
and then,
die.
Then they get mad because they got counter ganked.
And like, well, did you ward?
You pushed
No.
up with no ward at level 3, using all your mana to poke under tower pointlessly. So like, why am I the bad guy? You tower dove, failed the tower dive, used your escape to get out of the tower, sat under tower at half health with no consumables, no nothing, and your escape burned. Of course the fucking enemy jungler is gonna go there and fuck your ass. Like, what are you going on about?
Yeah.
so frustrating
And
how
then-
stupid people are.
Yeah,
dude.
and now I have to come across the map like I'm gonna get there in time.
Yeah, now I have to like stop my jungle clear, go to your lane, clear minions, get poked to a 4th health because there's 3 people in this fucking lane pushing. Lose XP and gold because it goes under tower anyway. So it's like, what? Yeah, I just don't waste my time as jungler. If duo
like-
gets like completely fucked like that, I just go to solo or mid or something.
It's annoying
Yeah, it's extremely frustrating.
until the next MOBA comes out, whenever that's gonna be.
Yeah, whatever the new one's gonna be.
Maybe I should just go back to Paladins.
You and all 12 people.
But anyway, so
You know,
yeah,
so I brought this up before, and Paladins is a weird example. You know, I made the comment a handful of shows ago. It's like, you know, your series is popular depending on how much Rule 34 art you have of it, right?
yeah,
You know, Overwatch insanely popular, shit ton of Rule 34 for that. Smite still a popular game, but not as much, despite their character designs very much inviting it with almost every female god. Which I don't know why League gets criticized for the sexualization of females when if you look at like Aphrodite or Neith or something in Smite, my god. Anyway, point being, Paladins exploded with Rule 34. Like they had like the most popular Rule 34 sub on Reddit for a while,
really.
and then the game just fucking died. I'm like, this doesn't compute. The porn was supposed to save the game, and then it didn't.
Yeah, you kind of figure it would.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
kind of figure you'll get more people into it.
yeah, exactly. Like, oh my gosh.
Huh.
Yes, Seth Tech on YouTube has a great video on that. He's like, Paladins, the R34th of this game is pretty good.
Hmm.
So funny.
That's funny. But yeah, so you guys probably seen this meme or comment going around. What series has you like? You know, shows a picture of Patrick Star chained to, I guess,
Oh, the podium?
yeah, podium.
Yeah, the podium.
And it got me questioning, like, well, what series would I say will have me like that? Before I get into that, one of the comments was the first one was any Martin Scorsese film.
It's not a series. That's a
Well,
movie.
it says series,
Oh, a series or like
movie,
movie. Okay,
shit like that. And one of them was all of Martin Scorsese films because they're all alike. What?
What?
First of all, I replied, I'm like, yeah, because The Aviator is much so like Goodfellas.
It's exactly like Goodfellas. Same plot, really. If you just you can find it replacing the script, replace pilot with mafia. Same
Cut and
movie.
paste.
Same movie.
Like, what? So yeah, I replied like, yeah,
That's the same fucking thing. God damn.
But yeah. So what series or movie?
So now I have to like, is it saying like it makes me feel like I'm sitting there chained and it's like torture to watch?
No.
Or is it like I will sit there and watch because it's so good it has me chained to like the screen?
No, it's like I think the meme is where you say this is horrible, and then everybody will.
Oh, and then everyone like throws peanuts at you.
Yeah, and you're just sitting there like, yeah, I said what I said. Yeah.
Ooh, I say stuff like that all the time on this show, so it's like everyone knows what I would say.
Yeah, I think my biggest one would be Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan easily, which I've gotten new. I think I've told the story where
Yeah.
I got in the argument with a dumb bitch on Facebook. She's like, you just don't understand history and blah blah blah. I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything, you
Yeah.
dumb bitch? Not sexist. She's just stupid.
But as far as like anything else, I think for me it would be just in general broad scope of things.
Marvel for me.
Really?
Yeah. I like some of
Like
them.
in general?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, yeah, honestly, modern Marvel, I would have to say.
Isn't everything modern Marvel?
Yeah. I mean, they fucking.
I mean, unless you
everything.
want to go back to, fucking.
I mean, like, when Marvel first
Blade
started out
and
with,
X-Men,
like. I mean, like,
2000 X-Men.
I like those movies. I will defend those movies to the fucking death and will fight anyone that says otherwise. No, but, like, I like the first Iron Man. I like the first couple of movies they did. And then it became this worldwide phenomena, and it just became so appease everybody type
Well,
mentality,
what
and
would you
it
expect? It's a franchise.
and like that's and yeah, that's fine. But like that's my criticism of it is like I don't as much as people want to go, oh, like Endgame and Avengers did this amazing thing where they brought so many IPs and things together and wrapped up this massive epic story, and I'm like, not really. Like I don't know, it's just not that great.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's like my main thing of like once you get past the spectacle of it and you like really think about the movies, they're not fantastic. So
Mine would be The Office. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I would
ooh,
get
oh man,
chastised
I
for.
would probably be on that same fucking podium with you.
I mean, it's funny, but not.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. There's definitely some things about The Office that are really good.
Yeah.
There's some episodes that are fantastic.
But
But
as a whole,
as a whole, do I think it deserves this whole cultural thing where people were like rioting in the streets because it got removed from Netflix? No,
yeah, no,
not
no.
anywhere close.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's like yeah, it's good, but I I honestly think Psych is a whole lot better than
Yeah, I think Psych's
that,
better, and
than Office.
yeah, Office not great.
Um, those same people say Parks and Recs. I mean, I know they say Office is right here, like number one, and Parks and Recs number two. I know that it's by the same creator, right?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Same format. It's the same
Yeah,
format.
same concept.
Cause and
So
I'll have number two. I mean, I will say Modern Family is way better than.
I even hate Modern Family. I fucking hate Modern Family.
I mean, I can see why you hate it, but I think it's better than The Office.
Oh, I think it's better than The Office just because like the idea of the show leads to a lot more relatable stuff.
Yeah.
And they took the Seinfeld approach to it where they're taking like everyday life situations and blowing it up to like 1,000. So like that's interesting. It's kind of like the modern day Seinfeld in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But also I don't like Seinfeld. Yeah,
I don't
like
either.
I don't. So it's just one of those things of like, oh wow, they're getting into these quirky situations that I might see in my real life. I don't care. Like
Yeah.
I don't fucking care.
Now there are certain movies that I will raise my pitchfork through. Now, granted, if you haven't seen it, I won't do it because that's completely different. But
Yeah.
if you have seen it and it's like, nah, it's like I then like yeah, then I if you say it sucks just flat out,
Oh yeah, I know what you mean now.
like first one like Goodfellas, if you've seen it, it's say oh that fucking
Oh,
sucks.
that fucking sucked. I don't
The-
know what fucking movie you watched.
right.
And I'm not saying that just because it's one of this all-time class. It's like a good movie. Like it,
Yeah.
yeah, like it made a lot of people's careers. Who, I mean, to be fair, they already had careers, but like it solidified a lot of people as like fantastic actors, and him as like a great director. So
Right. Well, except for Ray.
yeah, we don't.
except for Ray.
We're not talking
But
about Ray. We're not
but
talking
anyway,
about Ray.
another one is The Breakfast Club.
Love it. Love Breakfast Club.
I don't see how
How
you cannot.
can you not watch that fucking movie either in high school or after high school and be like, I knew someone exactly like all these motherfuckers?
Yeah.
And that is in 2021 that you can still say that.
Yeah.
That is a timeless fucking movie. So good.
It is. It
So
really
good.
is. Now the next one. No, I take that back because I was gonna say New Jack City, but I think that's more of a. I don't want to say a cultural thing, but it almost has the same level as The Room, and it's in a way
Really? Huh.
like
I guess I'm not familiar with it.
The Room or
The
New Jack.
New Jack. Not familiar. I'm very familiar. I have a once a year watch party of The Room where I'll just get shit faced and watch it, and it's so great.
Now, do you watch disaster movie
No.
added onto that
No,
now?
I can't do it. Can't do it.
Okay. But yeah. So what did I say? Goodfellas. Um, what did I say? The Breakfast Club.
Yep.
And now, for some odd reason, I know you just mentioned Marvel, the first Avengers.
You know, as much as people try and criticize it, I will defend the first Avengers. So yeah, that's one of the Marvel movies where I'm like, hey, it was the first of its type like that in the Marvel cinematic universe and shit.
Or just superhero.
Yeah,
in
or like
general.
superhero meetups that weren't shit,
Mhm.
like Fantastic Four.
Well, was that really?
Awful. Yeah, I mean to be fair, I guess it's not. But like the whole idea of like a superhero team type thing is what I should say. So
But yeah. So yeah, I would. I don't want to say The Godfather because depending on which one, like I don't want to say one. I don't want to say two.
I'll never defend 3. I will defend 1 and 2. And I don't know if you can get it commercially anymore or if AMC still does it. But I think they did it for like the 20th anniversary or like 30th anniversary or something, where they edited together Godfather 1 and 2 chronologically and they aired it as like one huge ass movie.
No shit.
It was that was like a day thing. It was like 15 hours because of AMC's commercials and bullshit. But
Wow. I never.
oh, it was so good, dude.
Wow. I didn't even know about that.
It changes the fucking movie when you watch it that way.
When was this?
I can't remember. It was a handful of years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. But yeah, they did like a whole edited together thing chronologically of 1 and 2, and it was that's a movie where I just sat on my couch
Wow.
all fucking day. It was so fucking good.
Yeah. Wow. Another one of the comments on there was like another person said, "I haven't seen Star Wars, I haven't seen Lord of the Rings, and Harry Potter." I'm like, well, those franchises, like, I don't think anybody should criticize you for not liking it.
Not liking it, I can see, but like
Just
not
flat out saying,
but like not even
they
watching it.
suck.
That's like Harry Potter. I can forgive because it's like whatever.
Yeah.
It, I don't want to say that they're important movies to a lot of people and blah blah blah. And overall, not a terrible franchise, but like
No.
I can forgive you like if you're not into whole like wizards and shit. But like high fantasy like Lord of the Rings, not watching that, like I find that hard to believe. Like especially if you're like into movies in general.
Yeah.
That's just
Or
weird to me.
like I said, this was a couple of days ago, so
Yeah.
I can't say. I don't remember if he said I haven't seen them or
If he like thinks they suck.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't even as like even avid book readers that I know were like, oh, the Lord of the Rings movie weren't great adaptations, but then they like immediately go around and are like, but they're good movies.
Yeah.
So like maybe he's saying it from that perspective of like a super book fan. I don't know.
I don't know.
So
So, as far as anime goes, like I don't think there's a series
man.
out there that I would straight up defend.
I'll defend Black Lagoon to the death. Violet Evergarden I'll defend. Maybe Steins Gate on a good day.
Because there's a lot of
Keep Your Hands Off Isaacin. I'll do that one. That's just so heartwarming. I love it. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. I'll defend. I have to look at my list of like anime. This is so much easier. Movies, I'm like, yeah, whatever. To each their own. Blah blah blah. But like when it comes to anime, I'm like, no. Go fuck yourself. You're a fucking terrible person. All right, let me look at my completed.
I mean, I'll straight up say Evangelion sucked.
I can't say that it sucks because I did enjoy it. But if somebody goes, I'm not going to waste my time watching it, or it doesn't deserve to be a classic, or like a statement like that, then I'll be like, yeah, that's
okay. Maybe
fair.
maybe I'm more on that. Maybe I'm more on
fair.
that side.
Because it has problems, and I don't care what anyone says. Evangelion has a lot of problems.
Maybe that's the Stanfeld take instead of straight up saying it sucked.
Oh man, here I won't defend March Comes In Like a Lion to the death, but it was really good. Monogatari series, I'll defend that. Black Lagoon, like I said. Interspecies Reviewers, hands down, single most important anime ever made.
I don't think anybody would.
No one will ever call that garbage in my presence.
I don't think anybody would.
Konosuba, Is This a Zombie? Honestly, most of the Miyazaki films, I don't think everything he's created is amazing. Sort of the Stranger, I'll defend. Yuru Camp, just because it's goddamn delicious. So cute. I fucking love it. god, I'll criticize this shit out of Death Note,
Yeah.
even though I like it. Don't take that as me saying Death Note sucks or something like that. There's a reason that it has 450,000 live adaptations. Devil is a Part Timer. I love that one. That one's pretty great. Kaguya-sama. I'll do that one. I already said Konosuba. Oh, Sleeping Princess and Demon Cancel. I'll defend that to the death because it's adorable. My girlfriend also loves it. Yeah, that's like those are like the main ones.
Yeah. Like.
Oh, love comedy. My youth romantic comedy. I'll defend that one too. Yeah, that's my list of ones I'll stand for.
Even the ones I like a lot, I don't know if I can defend.
And like, don't take it as like me saying, oh, these shows that I've listed off are infallible and flawless, and no one can. If you have a criticism of them, they're probably valid.
Right.
Like, I'm not saying that they're not, but those are the. But generally, like, if people just make a blanket statement of like, oh, this show sucks, I'm like, you're probably wrong.
Like maybe I could defend Siren. Maybe if it wasn't.
That's a hard maybe.
Yeah. iShield 21. I could see your gripe against that.
It's not that I have a gripe against iShield 21. It's just I have a fucking issue with the fact that I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep in like 40% of the episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like my thing with iShield.
Not double O, but what's the one? What was the one before that? Seed. I could probably defend that, depending on what you compare it to.
Depending on like what you're saying about it.
Yeah, like if you say it's better than, like if you say it, that one's worse than.
You know, it's like super funny now that we're talking about Gundam. I only feel like Gundam just gets compared to itself. It never gets compared to like anything else, and no one ever compares anything to Gundam.
Because how do you compare?
It's so funny to me.
How do
like,
you?
Whenever like there's a mecha anime, no one's like, oh yeah, that's just like Gundam. They'll be like, oh, that's like Evangelion. Oh, that's like insert other mecha anime that's semi-popular. And I'm like, we're not gonna talk about the OG mecha anime at all. We're not gonna say anything about that.
No, you know what? I think I probably would defend for Fumafu. What's that overall? Full Metal Panic.
Full Metal Panic? Ooh, can I defend that one? If I was told to in a debate that I had to defend Full Metal Panic, I could. Would I go out of my way to? No.
I would probably defend. You get burning. Martian Successor Nadesco. I'll probably defend that one.
I'm not familiar with that one.
I like it. If I had to, I would probably defend Tenchimuyo. If I had to.
I feel like I could join you on that platform.
If I had to. Like you said, if it was a debate and I had to.
Yeah, if like they gave me like a topic and they're like, you can choose one of these three, and that was one of them, I could.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you have something that you think you can defend, or flat out say you want to join Patrick Starr on that platform, getting chastised,
let us know.
Let us know.
I love that kind of conversation. I think it's really interesting.
Yeah. Also, last time you were here, you were talking about Don't Mess With Me, Miss Nagatar.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Once you left, like a couple days later, I watched it. Holy shit!
Oh my God! This new episode that just aired. Oh my God!
Talk about wholesome, man.
Wholesome and adorable and just fuck already.
Yeah. Have you read it? Like, soon as I was watching it,
yeah, I am caught up on it, and I kind of wish I'm hoping we get a second season, because I feel like by the time that comes, like, the manga's gonna have even more, and I hope they adapt a lot of what's happening now. I really hope that happens because I love it. It's so good. I fucking love this. I love it.
I find it funny. I'm like, At what point did she realize? Yeah, I'm your boyfriend now. It's like, cause she gets mad every time he says, "No, we're not boyfriend and girlfriend." I'm
Yeah,
like,
she gets mad when they're not dating, or when her friends are like, "Hey, we're gonna mess with them," and she's like, "Bitch."
I said, "Bitch."
Bitch.
Oh, that was another one. Going back to the Patrick Star thing, they said Key and Peele is better than Dave Chappelle.
Ooh,
Yeah,
whose side do I take on
yeah, I
that?
know. I'm like, damn, because Key and Peele is hilarious.
Because Dave Chappelle was like my childhood growing. I should have been watching it as a child. just pointing it out there. Horrible parenting. Ooh, and then Key and Peele.
Because I didn't watch them during their when they were on not all that. Oh, Mad TV. Because I didn't watch them during Mad
Yeah,
TV.
I didn't watch any Mad TV.
Like the first two seasons, hilarious.
Are they? I'll have to
If you
watch
can
them.
find the first two series, especially with they have Orlando Jones on there,
Look pretty good. All right.
hilarious. Although when Ari Spears came on, it's also still pretty funny.
Still pretty decent. All right.
But yeah, like I don't
Yeah,
even know.
that's
I
hard.
wouldn't know what
That's
side
hard.
to
Yeah.
take.
What do I even say? Yeah, I'm not gonna answer that.
Like-
I'm gonna plead the fifth on it.
like-
Honestly, I'm gonna plead the fifth.
like, but anyway,
He's out of line, but he's right.
I love that.
Oh, that's like my only good thing I think that came from Winter Soldier or the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
What are you talking about? You didn't like Zemo dancing?
Didn't give a fuck.
I still haven't seen that extended.
Yeah.
But anyway, what were we saying? Nagatora.
Yeah. Oh, then they put her in like a running tracksuit, and the animation is so detailed. They even gave her the proper tan lines from her swimsuit while in her tracksuit, and I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, go with the flow. I can't be criticized for noticing that. They put it in. I'm just admiring their hard work.
And it was hilarious that he's like right behind her, just checking her out, and like
Yeah.
he just goes past.
And then he
like,
goes
"What are you
past.
doing?
Yeah,
You're
no, and
supposed
I'm
to
like,
stay back."
I'm literally like, dude. And then she's like stretching in front of him, does the the downward dog stretch, basically, like full on ass in front of him. Like, I'm just sitting there like, you know what you're doing to him. You know exactly the situation you're creating. That's not even teasing anymore. That's just blatantly being like, yo, green pass.
Right. And prior to me reading up to him like daydreaming of her being his wife,
Yeah.
I could totally see him just waking up one morning, she's right there, living there, and then next thing you know, he goes throughout the day, just lays back in bed, just
And she's
eyes
still there.
no eyes pop up like, I'm married to you.
Yeah, I'm married to you.
I could totally see that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm very excited. I hope it gets an end as much as I'm enjoying it, because it's one of the few ones that have been running for a while that I enjoy. But anyone that knows me, I like when shit actually has an ending. The anime I'm looking forward to. I pray to God that it gets a second season. I heard it's doing super well, so we'll see how it goes.
So I guess my theory for the so what, I'm a spider. I don't know.
So, my friend actually and I had a conversation about this. He's like, "Yo, you still enjoying the weekly, so I'm a spider?" And I'm like, "Enjoying is such a strong, semi-inaccurate word." Because if I didn't read the light novels and manga, I genuinely would probably have no idea what the actual fuck is happening right now.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for a lot of people that haven't, or they're just kind of piecing everything together. Because the show is not doing a great job at it.
No,
So.
yeah.
Especially with this last episode. I won't spoil it just in case, because it's a lot of episodes and shit. But yeah, if you have been watching and you had a theory at the beginning, you're half right, half wrong. That's all I'm gonna say on it. And if you can piece that together, then you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
So.
because last time we talked, when I was reading the light novel, she just got her arcane.
Yeah, the second magic brain or something like that.
No, where like the upper body's kind of human.
Oh yeah. Oh god, what do they fucking call it?
I can't even pronounce it. I can't even pronounce it on Smite
I
because
can't think.
that's the name.
Oh,
of it.
Arachne.
Yeah,
Yeah,
her
Arachne. Yeah,
Arachne
thank
body, and that's where I left off.
you. Yeah.
But on in the anime, it's like they're showing the demon Ariel, kind of her personality is being taken over
Yeah.
by that. It's like, well, now is is she two of the same?
I'm not.
'Cause it's
I don't
weird
know.
now.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's what, like, I'm not gonna go into discussion on that because it's interesting. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
What I'm hoping for not, it's one of those bullshit, Lelouch type thing. What I just witnessed, I forgot what I say, Attack on Titan,
Yeah.
another Lelouch ending. Like
Mhm.
I really don't want to see this happening for this. I'm hoping it won't happen
Yeah.
because if it does, it kind of ruins it.
Yeah. I feel like the show has a lot of wasted potential, honestly, for like a really good source material. So I don't know. I'm gonna finish it because there's 2 fucking episodes left. So who gives a shit at the end of the day?
Yeah, but yeah, I'm still waiting for Misfit of Demon.
Yeah, the Demon and Misfit Academy. I think that's next season.
I'm ready.
No,
Next
maybe it's
year.
not. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, it is beginning of next year. I think.
And but and Irma's still hilarious, even though this last episode is studying. I mean, I know they're gonna get into uh, the bird guy with the mask. I know that's gonna be another episode before we get have him go out in the woods and try to rank up. But another couple of episodes of that. But I still think it's hilarious. I still can't wait for the Demi Idol games to happen, which probably won't happen until next year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I should just go back and read it.
Big F. Big F's in chat, please, boys.
But anyway, on to the news. So there's a guy in the Great Manchester area who. So there's this team in the Great Manchester area decided to, you know, to kick an old man in the river just for shits and giggles.
Motherfucker watched the Jackie Chan movie and he's like, I can do that. Did it on a couple of his friends who were like, get the fuck out of here. And then he's like, ah, yes, an old person who's minding their own business.
Now, I know we all have the tendencies to just kick people in the river,
I mean,
push
yeah,
them in.
epidemic really of just people kicking each other into rivers.
I mean, I know we all have that,
Just uncontrollable violent urge.
like Bill Burr says, we're all psychos. At least I'm a functioning psychopath.
Yeah.
Where I don't do it.
Yeah, where I don't do anything.
But come on, man. Come on. I mean, if you're gonna push somebody in the river, push your friend in.
Yeah, push like your friend or like a relative that you're on good terms with or something, or a sibling, like something like that. Don't be a dick.
Right.
Come on. And then of course he and pleads guilty to the assault charges because that's what it fucking was, especially when he's 74. It's like, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, and I'm like,
lesson learned.
what?
Quote. That's what he quoted.
That's what he said.
Quoted.
I'm like,
no.
Really? Did you? I feel like I'm gonna see you again in a handful of years for beating your girlfriend, but we'll see.
Yeah. So yeah, if you ever get that uncontrollable urge to push someone on rando in the river, don't
Just don't do it. Not hard.
Unless you're trying to hide a body, then do it.
Yeah, I mean, then whatever. That's
then do it at the Mississippi River when they're lifting the gates. But you didn't hear that from me.
Yeah, you didn't hear from
us. Also, next one. This next article raises so many questions.
And that's not us just not researching it. The article is like, after you get rid of all the ads and shit, maybe 4 sentences long.
I know. I fucking hate news.
So I'm going to read this to you word for word as to what the headline is. Suspect who broke into home using ceramic rabbit held at gunpoint by homeowner until deputies arrive.
Now, now normally with a headline like that, you kind of figure it would be pretty good.
It's even better. Deputies say a suspect apparently broke into a Placer County home and then took a shower, only to be confronted by the homeowner with a shotgun. The Placer County Sheriff's Office says back on June 3rd, before 11 p.m., a homeowner reported that they were watching TV in a bedroom when they heard the water running. They went to see why the water was running and noticed broken glass by their front door.
All right, pause. Now, first problem is with this. There are glasses by the front door, and they're watching TV. Now, I don't know how far this TV was from the front door, but I can imagine you would have heard glass breaking at your front door.
Yeah, unless you're like listening with the volume at max or like with soundproof headphones, then sure, maybe not. But like I hear like everything in my fucking townhouse, so how do you not hear glass shattering? Because I don't know if anyone's familiar with the sound of a front door shattering. Not exactly a quiet fucking thing.
No, no.
Because not only is there the break, there's the from all the fucking glass.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right, continue.
Oh, yeah. Acting quickly, as one does, the homeowner's spouse then grabbed a shotgun and went to check the bathroom and say they found 25-year-old Elk Grove resident Carola Tiago Freitas taking a shower. Tiago Freitas was held at gunpoint until deputies arrived, and he was soon arrested. Deputies believe Freitas broke into the home by throwing a ceramic rabbit he found on the lawn through a window. For some reason, he then decided to get in the shower. And that's the story.
Now, I wish there was more to it.
I do too.
Because one, why take a shower?
Yeah, why take a shower? Why throw the rabbit through the door? Why this house?
Yeah.
Was he on something?
Did he was he able to towel off while held that?
Yeah. Was he allowed to get dressed? Did they haul him away in the nude? Did he use one of their towels? Well, he would have had to.
Yeah, you had.
Are they going to burn that towel?
There's my sheets to burn.
My sheets to burn. So yeah, many unanswered questions. Will we ever have them?
No, probably not.
No.
Unless you really want to dig deep in court shit.
Yeah, I really.
Which I don't. Who knows how long it'll take to become public record?
Who knows? I'll probably forget it by then.
Yeah, I probably would too. Speaking of so many questions, I have a bridge in Brooklyn I have to sell. As much
Cheap.
Cheap too. 21 of them actually.
Yeah, 21 of them. Every bridge in Brooklyn.
As well as the water that runs. Anyway.
Yeah, the river too.
There is a Italian artist who decides to put up one of his sculptures up for sale.
And you'd be like, oh wow, Italian art. Oh, modern Italian art. That's got to be great. What did he put up for sale, Jarrett?
He put up an invisible sculpture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's that price tag there?
It sold for, what was it, about 10 grand. Yeah. 10 grand. But the only way you could buy this is you have to put it up in a 5 by 5.
Yeah, I'm trying to find what he said.
In a glass case. It didn't fully.
Yeah, I don't think in this article it does. But yeah, he's basically like, in order to fully appreciate it, you need like a 5 by 5 enclosure with like glass covering and blah, like special lighting and blah blah blah. Motherfucker literally just conned some dumbass rich person out of like 15 grand for air.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you seen that one? I guess you could call it a meme, where some random dude put sunglasses in an art exhibit.
Yeah.
You seen that?
Yeah.
That's what this reminded me of. It's like, really? Just.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of when people do that and like they post pictures. They're like, I just put a water bottle down on the floor, and now people are taking photos of it. It's like, well, you're never getting that water bottle back.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a video like that. It's like, there's my.
Yeah, like show up and be like, oh, that's where I dropped my sunglasses.
There it is. I was looking for that.
Thanks. Owe you one.
So, yeah. So yeah, I think I'm gonna sell this quarter on and display and say,
Yeah,
hey,
I'm
this.
gonna. I should start selling money on eBay and be like super rare
Oh, did you see that Among Us chicken nugget that sold for 8 grand?
for like 8 grand.
For 8 grand.
God damn,
I'm like, oh.
I hate human beings. I really do.
And I think that was under, I think that was under the Gen Z moment.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know if someone bought it ironically. I don't know.
it had to be an influencer who had to buy that.
It had to have been. I don't know.
Like just like who was it? I think it was Logan who waltzed down to face Floyd wearing his Charizard.
Oh yeah, it was Logan, which increased the value of that card worldwide now, because that's how this fucking world works. So not only can I not fucking get Pokemon cards for cheap anymore, now everyone and their fucking mother wants to do it. So.
Oh, you should go to the comic book store over here.
Is it? Do they still sell a shit ton of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like last time I was in there, he found like a bunch of cards that was in like like a discounted bin, and he questioned it. It's like, is this supposed to be in here? And then excuse me, the guy behind the counter is like, no, but we'll honor it.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
if you go over there, you might get lucky.
I'll have to spend a day there then.
Hot Comics. So you're
Hot Comics?
yeah. So there's one in Richmond, so you're fairly.
Oh,
close.
gotcha. I'll remember that.
No, I don't know. I haven't been to that store because again, it's far.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, I find it weird that what rich people.
Yeah, it's very strange. What I don't know if they do it literally just to flex or if they literally think they're buying something. I don't know. But I'm in the wrong business if it's that easy to con people out of money.
Yeah, I know.
Honestly.
Well, no, I'm getting into the business of conning people. Financial advisor, so.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm your advisor. I suggested you put in this. How am I supposed to know it's going to do
How am I
this?
supposed to know?
It was a suggestion. That's all I can do.
Yeah.
But anyway. Oh, speaking of Reddit, I'm subbed on Carsplay. It's spelled weird. But anyway,
Carsplay.
yeah, it's spelled like CRAW.
Oh, for people to like dress their cars up?
No. It's cosplay, but it's just spelled weird.
Okay.
But anyway, there was a girl on there who posted up, oh, Mary Jane, but it's like she had red hair and just wearing a white tank. It's like, if you weren't holding up that Spider-Man mask, would you really be?
Yeah,
Mary
would you
Jane?
really be Mary Jane?
And somebody commented, I'm like, and then somebody clapped back at him like, that's a legitimate gripe.
Yeah,
a legitimate gripe.
It's like it's the same fucking argument I make when like they just wear bikinis and then the wig and they're like beach version. I'm like, is it though? Like,
I mean, I know at Colossicon that you can actually see the actual beach version, but I know what you're saying.
but like you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
if they have an actual beach outfit and they're wearing that, okay, sure, whatever. You were in the beach version.
Yeah.
But if you're like Princess Peach beach version, like when the fuck has she ever worn a swimsuit like outside of Mario Party? She has never once worn a string bikini like that. Go fuck yourself. Seriously.
And then same thing with the Samsung Sam that's blown
Oh my
up now.
god.
It's
I
like
hate that shit
it's
so
like,
much.
So how do we know if you weren't wearing that Samsung shirt, we wouldn't fucking
Yeah, how
know.
would we fucking know you're Samsung Sam?
Know.
Like, the fuck out of here.
So yeah, the whole Mary Jane's like, oh, I'm cosplaying. No, you're not.
No, you're fucking not.
No,
You
you're
just, yeah,
You
whatever.
just-
You're just doing something super incredibly lazy and
Right.
low effort because you just want attention.
Yeah. So, but anyway,
That's a whole. I feel like we've ranted about stuff like that like 800 times. If you want to know our full opinions, just go listen to all our shows.
yes, do that.
Download them all. You're gonna have to. We're not giving you timestamps.
There is no timestamp. There is no timestamp when it just comes to straight audio.
we don't even have timestamps.
So anyway, moving on to simple.
Week. Let's go.
First guy up is Bino
Nugi? Nugi?
Nuji.
I don't know.
Nuji.
Yeah, Nuji, Noogie, Newbie, Nagai. I don't fucking know.
Now, now this guy looks Hispanic, but he listens to a lot of I don't know. I call it Bollywood music. I don't know what it's
Yeah, I
truly
don't
called.
know if this dude's Indian or South American.
Right, because honestly, Indians, their skin tone is very spectral.
Yeah.
Now I'm not trying to sound racist, but I mean if you've seen any Bollywood movies,
Yeah, then you know.
you know what I'm talking about. So, other than his whole TikTok videos of
Him just sitting there sometimes.
yeah,
Sometimes he's jerking off his own dick, but that's okay.
probably
Can do whatever
very
you want.
very figuratively on that one.
Quite literally just sitting there drinking his own dick in the bathroom.
But other than that, what's the word? What was Tony Stark? Very self-centered.
Yeah, very
This is
self-centered.
very self-centered.
Yeah, he thinks he looks like hot shit. And the reason I know this is because roughly 75% of his replies and retweets to these voluptuous ladies posting their OnlyFans teasers is his WhatsApp number.
Yeah.
All of it, like 80% is just, yo, hit me up on WhatsApp, baby.
Yeah, and also saying beautiful girls, ass pussy, ass pussy, ass pussy.
Yeah, like yeah, I think his keyboard broke, but
but yeah, that's pretty much it. I could have swore WhatsApp, baby. I thought that was the money. Isn't that the money?
no, WhatsApp is the chat.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cash App is the money one.
Okay. Yeah. See, I don't fucking know. I don't deal with that shit. I deal with paper.
PayPal only, bitch.
Right.
Exorbitant fees for me.
But yeah, that's all he has is wants to get on WhatsApp or
He wants everyone's WhatsApp. We were talking earlier about potentially adding him and then just being like, "Congratulations, you're the simp of the week."
Maybe we should start doing that.
Maybe we should if they put publicly accessible information and a way to contact them. We absolutely should.
We need a burner account or something.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it on my fucking Twitter.
So yeah, I
Congratulations, you won.
Oh, certainly.
Oh shit.
But yeah, there's. I mean, I know there's not much to go off on this guy, but still.
Because he only replies with "WhatsApp, babe," with his number, or "Oh yes, beautiful woman, ass pussy, ass pussy." That's all he fucking says. So
because of that, we have a second simp of the week.
It's a little more interesting.
Yes. He goes by Wayman Jackson at Wayman Jackson 3 because he's the third Wayman Jackson out there.
Wayman Jackson.
Now his profile picture,
I'm guessing, is not him.
I don't know, man.
Although to be fair, with some of the shit that he says,
I don't know, man. He looks basically if you.
I also think he might be a bot because his main 3 tweets are "Check out WhatsApp."
Well, I thought that was his pen one. I mean, if close your eyes and imagine a 50-year-old black uncle. Wearing glasses.
The one who your aunt doesn't invite to the family gatherings.
Yeah, if you can imagine that, that's probably what he looks like.
Then you probably know exactly what this guy looks like.
So he goes on. Let's just say this guy is very emoji heavy. Very
emoji heavy.
First one up. This one happened and dropped 10 hours ago. Retweet if your dick wants to doggy in bed, and he replies about what is that? 6 eggplants. All right, pause for a minute.
Hold on, let me get to
now.
back to this
Obviously, eggplants is probably the only thing close to a dick.
Yeah, I get it. So
Now, if
eggplant.
anybody who's seen a fucking eggplant, those are pretty fucking huge.
Those are fucking ginormous.
Now, so they got hopefully. I think whoever does emojis or whoever trademarks them, they really need something a lot slimmer.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, it's like so. Anyway, back to Wayman Jackson. So yeah, 6 eggplants, bunch of peaches, tongue out, face squirts, tongue out, fire, tongue out. Yeah, very very emoji heavy.
Yeah, very emoji heavy.
And then the next one below that, Sundays are better naked. Like if you agree, yes, yes, baby, you're looking very, very sexy, hot, young, Red Robin.
Red Robin.
I added that one. He didn't.
I was gonna say that was us, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna comment on that because I'm gonna add the Red Robin to the, see what happens. Or add.
Yep. God damn, dude. Red Robin. I'm just gonna ban you from Twitter. He's gonna be mad.
Comment, reply on that one. Okay. The next one was retweet. I should pull my bikini to the side. Cat emoji.
I am such a fan of. So one of the OnlyFans girls was like, "Yo, it's my birthday," and he's like, "Happy birthday to you today, my darling, sweetie, sexy, lovely lady. Have a wonderful, great, blessed birthday today, my love." Multiple smiling heart eyes emoji, 100%. Like meme emoji. What? Oh, here's another favorite of mine. So one of the ladies on Twitter was like, "I'm not really into what a sugar daddy's become. Handing me a few grand to fuck you's not interesting. I want a mentor and blah blah blah." And he's like, "Yes, baby, I understand that, and you're right about that. I would be the one." I'm like, "You're not rich. What are you fucking going on about?"
Yeah. 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 This Mr. Jackson really,
Mr. Jackson, you need some help.
You really do. Especially, I think honestly, think. They should really put a cap level on emojis.
They should.
Because
Twitter absolutely should.
Or just in general. I don't know if you could do that in text. Put a cap on just regular text. But yeah, Twitter, Snap, or whatever social media outlet lets you use emojis. They should definitely put a cap on emojis.
Absolutely should.
Because that's a little excessive.
It's excessive. It's so fucking excessive. I'm just pointing it out. Guys on Twitter that do this, and we're going to do this every fucking time. They don't care. I'm just going to tell you. They don't care. I'm sorry I have to be the one to tell you again for the 5th time. They don't care.
No. Which leads us to our semi-new segment of our, what did I write? Validation.
Yeah, the validation.
I'm trying to act the valedictorian.
Yeah, valedictorian.
This goes out to Britannia Raziva.
Yeah, Razavi, I think.
Yeah. Which, oddly enough, she is verified.
Yeah. 1.3 million followers will do that for you.
And only following Twitter too. But that besides the point.
And only following 2. Amazing.
Majority of her posts for being validated is going through 1 or 2. 1 or 2.
Of which often is very much the same photo 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Just from a slightly different angle. Or, in the most cases, it's just a front or back photo. That's it.
Front or back, or bra on or off. Hand bra or no hand bra.
Yeah, hand bra or no hand bra. And I'm like, can't fucking imagine what people want.
Yeah, so, 1. And it's also her retweeting other ladies, 1 or 2, what have you.
Yeah.
Another one she has, should I take it all off? Can't imagine how many 386 replies. You know,
We're gonna find you, Simpson. There, we'll find
yeah.
you.
Uh, you know, maybe we should try to find Lady Simps on next Friday.
Oh, if we can find some lady Sims.
Now, I think this is the one. No, that wasn't it. Because there was one where I had to translate. It's like, oh my god, if I didn't want to translate every tweet you put out, you would be our simp of the week.
Yeah, if I didn't have to like translate everything.
But there's also a person on here who's very well endowed in fucking whitey tighties, just right there.
Just there. It's just there.
Why not like, oh shit, he's packing. Let me pack my things up and like go try to find this person because yeah, there's straight up dick pic.
Yep.
I do not understand who started this.
Yeah, who started the unsolicited dick pic thing? I don't know. I have no idea what went wrong in society where men are like, you know what women want to see? My penis. Without asking.
Uh,
You know how I get their attention to get them to love me and talk to me? Send them a dick pic first.
well, no. First, you gotta email them or send them a shirtless pic first,
Yeah, that's the first. That's the first step. Sorry, my bad.
and then the dick,
Then
the
the
dick.
dick. Then the dick.
So this it boggles my mind. It really boggles my mind because uh, it hurts.
It does. It really does.
It hurts my brain. It hurts.
Like, especially on Twitter. Guys, I have news for you. Every tweet is being archived by the Library of Congress. Your dick pics are being saved for when the aliens kill us all.
I'm still waiting for the Darwin law to drop.
Just saying. Just saying. Your dick pics are very much there on the internet. And I'm sure you're proud of it too. Don't be, because
yeah,
don't.
yeah, just don't.
Just don't. It's not that hard.
Yeah. So yeah, the validation.
Yeah, the validation Victorian.
I gotta.
we gotta think of a better name. We'll think of something.
Yeah. So yeah, that goes out to Britannia, Raz, shorten that. Oddly enough, for somebody who is verified, why do you have 187 at the end of your?
I thought when you're verified, you got like naming privileges.
I mean, you can change it.
So, yeah, I have no idea.
So anyway, moving on to our reviews. Reviews. First one up is Linked Hospital Ward. Now in this series, we have a doctor who's bent on revenge because
what else would he be bent on?
Yeah.
Helping people?
I'm going to become a doctor for what? Revenge.
Revenge.
Oddly enough, that's what happened because I guess senior doctor that's there, surgeon, botched his father's surgery and he's out.
Let me just. This is like a fucking drama you would find on like the Sci-Fi Channel. I swear to God.
Sci-Fi Channel. I was thinking of a General Hospital.
Yeah, General Hospital.
General
This is like a fucking Grey's Anatomy plot, dude. So 2 hours away from Tokyo is Kyosoda Hospital. Suji is assigned to work there after completing medical school. But the fact that his father died there during an operation while he was in college haunts him to this day. In fact, the reason why Suji became a doctor is the fact that his father died and he wanted to be able to investigate just exactly why he died. Because you can't just hire people to do that. Since it was almost 10 years ago, he's finding that he is running into a lot of dead ends. No shit. Upon reporting to Kiyosoto, he learns that Dr. Takeo, the doctor who was operating on Shuji's father when he died, now the assistant director of the hospital, and also on the same day he sees Misako, his girlfriend from the time that his father died. I'm just gonna message this fucking website and be like, do you want me to clean up everything for you? I can't stand broken English. However, Shuji soon learns that Masako is now married to Dr. Tako under some suspicious circumstances. This leads Shuji to investigate Dr. Tako and take back Masako by whatever means are necessary.
Now, half of that description is true.
Half of that is what happens in the show.
Yeah, the other half is shit we didn't know happened because
no one says anything.
Yeah,
we learn little in this show.
Because it opens with, I guess, his supposed girlfriend or ex-girlfriend or whatever from college. Yeah, from college. We didn't know that because it just starts off with him trying to get a passcode. Which, oddly enough, why would a nurse have?
Yeah,
this,
why does
this nurse have
this passcode?
Or would she know of said information?
Yeah, or like the better question is, does she even know what the fuck you're talking about?
Which she doesn't.
Which she has no fucking clue.
All we know as the audience is like, oh, I need your passcodes for such and such. You're gonna give it to me, and while I'm gonna rape and humiliate you and whatnot. Have you? I don't have it. I don't have it. Okay, well, you're gonna help me out doing this. And then we meet another, I guess, doctor who has nothing to do with the story whatsoever.
Not at all.
So I'm going to torment you because you might have information.
Because you're a doctor.
And you work here for X amount of years. Probably.
So you must have information.
Okay. So, and then I guess what was the assistant?
The assistant director?
Yeah, the assistant director's wife who kind of tutored the supposed son, and like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go through you to get to him.
Because how else is this gonna pan out?
Like, he's lying, and I'm gonna show you how. While I'm gonna pretend to rape you and make him spill his guts. Which incidentally he did botch it, kind of bury it, and then you know.
I mean, we call that an accident. So like, it's not like this grand conspiracy this guy thinks it is. Of like, oh, you intentionally. It was literally boils down to, yep, I fucked up and I was embarrassed by it because I wanted to protect my reputation, so I covered it up.
Yeah.
And that's it. Sorry to spoil the plot like that for you, but they spend so much time just doing stupid shit in this show. Like he takes his nurse for a walk, and you can use your imagination as to what that means, considering what happens at the beginning that we described.
Yeah.
For no reason. He just does it to do it. Like, he's not getting information or blah, blah, blah. It's just a weird thing that he does because I don't know.
Right, and then...
No actual point to it.
Like I said earlier, the second female doctors, you could have removed her from the storyline and the story would have continued on.
Yeah.
And it all ends with, them getting knocked up. Because reason.
Because, revenge story.
Unprotected sex, and I'm going to be ruled the hospital. And because what I got from the story, it sounds like the wife was originally it was her family's hospital.
Yeah.
And the surgeon came in and, brought up the reputation. And that's what I got. But we don't know because they don't fucking tell us. At all.
It's very strange how they convey information to us.
Yeah. But the sex scenes in general, I liked it.
Yeah, they're decent.
For a hospital setting.
Yeah, for a hospital setting. Only a couple of nurse outfits. They only milk that once or twice. Same with the doctor's uniforms. They only do that once, and then the rest of it is just full nude shit. So, if you're kind of into the outfit fetishes, you get 3-4 scenes and then you're done.
So yeah, I would give this. I definitely won't give it a certified fresh.
Yeah, not certified fresh at all because the plot is incredibly stupid. Incredibly stupid. You could have just been I'm a new doctor and I'm going to take over a hospital. That would have accomplished the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. Because he discovers what happened to his dad, and then he's like, oh, okay, I'm going to take over the hospital now. We could have cut out up the entire plot line. Entire plot line,
Yeah.
and nothing would have changed.
Or at least give some of the nurses like a purpose other than just being there. But no, we're just gonna put them there and just look cute and suck dick and
suck dick and get fucked.
That's about it. Uh, so yeah, next one is Immoral Sisters. From one with daddy issues to somebody with major daddy issues.
Yeah, from semi-daddy issues to incredible daddy issues.
Now, this is a story.
All about how.
Yeah. Cause
actually, yeah, their life did get flipped upside down.
And
Westfield.
But no, because I had to look it up, all the white collar crimes on what was going on, and the best I could come up with based on description is extortion.
Yeah.
Now, because it started out with the dad's secretary.
Yeah,
in a way.
Assistant. I don't know.
It was hard to say because she kind of worked for him at a very young age, like high school age. Which, by the way, he's still wearing his high school.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Super
you're not into high school. Why you still wearing that? But anyway, she started working for him, and then obviously, dad was sexually abusing, quote unquote. But anyway, and then eventually, they get in. Not the son and the assistant. We'll call her assistant. Gets into a car wreck with this, woman, and next thing you know, there's a 200,000 yen price tag.
Mm-hmm.
But it was wasn't a major accident. So I'm like, how are you going to pay for this? Sign this. Now this I was trying to look up because I don't know what it's called where you're forcing somebody to sign under the influence. I think that's it.
Duress, I think it is.
Is it?
I think so.
Like I couldn't that crime I couldn't figure out what it was, but if you know what that's called, that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So she was drugged. They're forced her to sign, these papers, and now they're extorting her, trying to pay her back, 200 grand. So the son eventually kind of rapes her.
Yeah, they eventually make this plan of like, okay, well then just sell me your daughter and I'll use her sexually for that amount of money and blah blah blah.
But it turns out the dad had the eyes on her.
Yeah, her little sister or her stepsister.
No, both.
Yeah.
Both daughters.
Oh yeah, it's both.
Both daughters, and then once the dad realized the son's making a play on him, he's like, "No, you don't do that." I know I'm kind of rambling, but again,
but the plot also rambles. It's very strange. It's like you go from like introduction to like the car accident to like, oh, by the way, like the contract, and then like a
I own this
flashback,
house.
and then like the characters getting introduced, and then like the stuff happening.
Yeah,
it's so weird how they organized this.
Yeah, because like there's two halves to every episode. First half you see one daughter's POV, and then the second half is the other daughter's kind of POV, and they'll kind of cut back to the son and the mom doing it.
Yep.
But eventually it comes together in the final episode where you want to be better than your old man, sexually please the whole entire family for
take
a while.
Over pleasing these women.
If you can do that, we'll go ahead with this plan, which we don't know what the plan was, other than we're gonna take you're gonna overtake your dad, which the dad was the chairman of the school where the daughters were going to.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually they ripped up that extortion contract, and they eventually send the old man for prison for
for
raping
during the terrible things that he's doing. But then the son just takes over.
Yeah, son
so
takes
it's like
just hanging out.
There's no actual justice. It's just I don't want to share vagina with my old man. That's basically what it boils down to at the end of the day.
Yeah, and then you see him at still at their house
Yeah,
getting blown, getting double blown by the daughters while
yeah.
the
Mom watches. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, the mom's about to go to work, and the ex assistant's sitting on his lap.
Nah.
That's not the route I want to take, but whatever.
Whatever.
His is own.
Like, yeah, it's so dumb. Immoral Sisters plot
Yeah,
actually sucks.
it really does,
it's not.
and it gets worse in the sort of
The
what
kind
if
of the
sequel.
kind of sequels.
Now in the sequel, it it's more like I said, it's more of a what if.
Yeah.
Because in this one, it's the same plot. Only difference is the husband's actually there,
Yep.
and I think if memory serves
Because of
correct
course.
me, he does he does his stepdaughter, and I think he does his daughter.
Yeah.
Uh, but the ending's pretty much the same.
Yeah. Not a lot changes.
Yeah, other than because when she leaves to work, the little Lucky Charm says "drive safely," but in the sequel it says "Happy Family,"
Yep.
which is weird
Which is
because
yeah. It's they try and be very deep with that, and it just comes off as fucking hilarious.
yeah,
Drive safe, accident, oh no! Happy family, oh my dad's diddling me. It's like,
yeah.
I see what you did there, you clever, clever storyteller, you.
So
Honestly, the what ifs are also not great.
no, yeah, unless you want to see, I forgot the word, but it's like incest, but they're not blood related. There's a word for it. I can't think of it.
Yeah, I can't fucking remember.
But that's what Immoral Sisters 2 is.
Is about.
Now there is another Immoral Sisters. Now each quote unquote sequel does get better with animation.
Yeah, because it comes out later in time and everything.
Yeah.
So
I haven't seen the latest of them.
I don't
But,
think I have a desire to, honestly. But
uh,
maybe one day.
I mean, unless it's like completely different from this plot, then maybe.
I hope it's not like a third what if, because like, what do you do?
Uh,
Where do we go from here?
I don't know, but it's only 2 episodes long versus the 3 episodes for both 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But as far as Immoral Sisters, I wouldn't watch it just on account of I don't even know if you want to jerk off while trying to try to
Yeah,
get
while
the
trying
plot.
to figure out whether if you want like a similar story, I think Lover-in-Law would probably be better.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
It's not dissimilar to this.
Huh. But yeah, I would pass on Immoral Sisters
Yeah,
because
not good.
there's really nothing immoral.
I mean,
Or
there is,
is,
but like you would think that immoral sisters means that they're engaging with activity with each other or like their own family, like willingly
yeah.
type situation.
Other than that one 4P Yuri scene.
Which do you really count, considering like the situation they're in? I don't.
No,
So
no. Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
yeah, immoral sisters is not worth anyone's time. I don't think it's not.
no,
Good.
it really isn't.
This type of plot has been done better with better animation and a more coherent plot. So
Yeah, yeah.
because honestly, even the sex scenes aren't even that great.
Like I'm running through them right now in my head, and probably the opening was probably the out of all of them is probably the best one.
It's like the best of them, which not saying much.
Yeah,
It's really not saying all that
the
much.
son and the mom, like that first opening scene. That's probably it.
That's like the only good one.
'Cause,
The rest are just okay.
yeah, and
So,
I don't even know.
it's uncensored, so if you're like into that and if that matters to you, like sure.
Yeah, it's by Elf Corp.
Elf. I love some of these names.
Elf Corporation. All right. But yeah, totally pass on Immoral
Yeah,
Sisters.
pass on Immoral Sisters.
But one thing, ever notice in showing jumps, there's always a time. I can't remember if I talked about this. There are always time skips in showing jumps.
Almost always, yeah.
With the exception, the only exception is if they're in school, there is no time skip.
I'm gonna pause that real quick. Do you mean anything featured in Shonen Jump or just shonen anime? Is that what you mean?
Jump.
Okay.
Jump comic.
Jump comics.
With the
I'm
only
trying to think of like ones that don't.
well, no, the only exception is school.
Like if they're in like actively in school.
Yeah, the only time you'll see one is the epilogue.
Yeah, like an epilogue or like we skipped summer.
Yeah, something like that. Because the only reason why I'm like, I don't think we're gonna get one in academia.
I hope we. I'm not even like watching, but I hope we don't, just because people would bitch about it, and I have to listen to it, and I don't want to do that.
Because who else? What other jump comic that was in school that didn't get a until the epilogue? Because we didn't get Eye Shield didn't get one.
Eye Shield and I think Prince of Tennis was in Jump Comics.
Yeah,
I don't think
Jump.
I don't think that got a time skip. Hikaru no Go didn't get a time skip.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Like unless they're like enrolled in school,
you won't get
they're
one.
they're gonna have a time skip.
No, they won't. They shouldn't get. They don't have one.
No, like that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Like if they're enrolled in school, then they're not getting a time skip.
Yeah. Because
Interesting.
yeah. Because I mean,
Or like a significant time skip is what I should say, because you know.
right. Because I mean, because they're in school, you can't just.
Yeah, you can't just be
go,
like,
you know, grade 1. Next thing you know, I'm in college.
I'm in college.
You know, I'm
although yeah, we'll see. That'll be interesting.
Because think about it, like you know, Bleach, they got a time
Bleach
skip.
got a time skip. One Piece got a time. I think One Piece has 2 time skips, doesn't it?
No, they only had the one.
Yu Yu Hakusho has a time skip.
Did they?
Yep. Because after he goes to the Demon Realm to like start training, it's like a year.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that. Naruto got one.
Naruto got one.
I don't know. Did Boruto get one yet? I don't know.
Not yet. I probably wouldn't pass them to do one.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball always. If you have Dragon Ball in the title, you have a time skip.
Did Super get one?
I don't know. Maybe. I would be surprised if they didn't. Considering the shit that happens in Super.
I didn't watch Super on account of that. It was a cash grab. So
yeah, the animation's fucking terrible. I hated it.
Siren had one in a way. I mean, that was more,
in a way.
that was more in the plot.
Yeah, in a way.
Was MM? Was that Jump?
I think so.
Was it? Did that have a?
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't remember. It's been so long.
Was it Jump?
I think it was Jump.
Is Case Closed Jump?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't know anymore. I feel like it's been handed around a couple of times. I could be 100% wrong. I don't really pay attention to that.
Huh. But anyway,
I don't think they have.
Or had a time skip
I don't
or
think
Jump?
I don't think they've had one. A time skip in Case Closed.
Really?
I don't think so.
Figure they would.
You would think. I would thought
so
too.
How many chapters they have? You kind of figured they would have
400 billion million septillion quadrillion. Because it won't fucking end.
What's that boxing one? Did that one have?
Ippo?
Yeah. Did that have a time skip? Their Jump.
I don't know. I don't read everything.
I don't either.
Chime in. Let us know.
Yeah.
I'd like to know. That'd be interesting.
But yeah, I find it interesting.
The ratio of school jump versus non-school jump getting a time skip.
Yeah, because there's always a time skip in Jump comics. I find that very odd. That if you get published in Jump, you're gonna have to have.
I wonder if it's in the contract. You better give us a fucking time skip.
Because Dr. Stone has, I know. Putting aside the 1,000.
Putting aside the plot.
The plot that actually had a time skip recently. Black Clover, time skip.
Time skip.
Uh, what's the newer one? But anyway, yeah, I think pretty much majority of all jump
Yeah.
comics have.
I
the
wonder
time
what the
skip.
actual percentage. Someone out there has done the math, right? If we look hard enough, either on
Yeah.
a Twitter thread or like other forums, it's probably there.
Yeah,
It's got to be. Someone's done the math. We'll figure it out.
yeah.
I'm
But,
interested.
but anyway, so yeah, thanks for listening to us ramble as always on a bi-weekly basis, I guess. I guess.
On a bi-weekly basis.
So yeah, check us out on our. Obviously, you're listening to this right now, but you know, pop on over to that YouTube channel.
Yeah, pop on over to YouTube.
You, tell your friends to hit that subscribe button so we can get that
Hit that subscribe.
bronze.
Hit that like. Yeah, I want that bronze play button, bitch.
And
I
then
want to display that shit.
right. Yeah, but until next time,